Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to Mrs. M's New Year's Eve Hangout. What are we doing tonight? Well, I figured it'd be kind of nice for us to be able to hang out a bit and get to hear what each other have done over the year. What are we expecting to happen for this year? Uh, Kind of an AMA, ask me anything. I see we have Lilith in here. What's up? How are you? How are you doing? What is since you're in here, what are you proud of this year? What is the thing that you're proud of? You know what I'm proud of? I quit teaching. Veronique, how are you? How are you doing? Same question for you. What are you proud of? What are you proud of? What'd you guys do this year that you're like, you know what? Heck yeah, I did that. I say I quit teaching because it was something I never thought I was going to do. My former kiddos, if you're listening to this, you know that. I never thought I would quit teaching, and it was very scary. And I kind of jumped into real estate feet first. So, kind of went with that. So, what are you guys really, really proud of yourself for? I'm interested. And if you're watching this after the fact, like you're not with us live, leave me a comment on this video. Like, seriously, what are you proud of this year? What is something, because we always think of the things like our New Year's resolutions, right? They're always things that we want to be better at. Why aren't we looking back and going, I did that? You saw that? That was pretty cool. I did that. And being proud and taking that confidence into the new year with us. Like, that's what I think. I think we should take that confidence that we've had into the new year. Heck yes, that's right. And you went to Paris. That's right. That's right. Oh my gosh. Those were really cool things, weren't they? It was things that I don't know if high school you would have thought those things were possible. Moving into your own apartment, but did high school you think that you were going to go to Paris one day? Wonder. Veronique, you know what? I think we are all kind of in a perpetual healing process as long as we admit to it. As long as we admit to it, because there's so many things in our lives that change who we are. And there are things every step of our life that we don't like about ourselves. So I think we have to admit that we are oh no. It looked like for a minute chat got disconnected, and I'm not sure why. Lilith, you're right. Definitely high school you didn't know, right? But how cool. How cool is that? Well, give me a question, guys. Tell me what you want to hear. What do you want to know? What's going on? Okay, let's talk about we all know I said it at the beginning of the year. I manifested the job that I got. I did it at the beginning. I did a New Year's Eve spell, and I was like, I absolutely manifested this right here, right? So what was it that I manifested, and was it anything that I had anticipated? I will tell you, it was nothing that I anticipated. However, it's more than what I wanted. It was more than what I wanted. After like making the checklist of the things that I wanted, looking at it in review, I've gotten all but one thing. There was one thing that I had on my vision board that I didn't get this year. But as far as being able to have confidence in myself and know that no matter what I put my mind to, that I could accomplish and I could bring to me, that things were already on their way to me just because I'm enough, right? That concept, going into the year with that concept, brilliant. What's your goal for the next year? Veronique, I like that. I manifested my promotion. Heck yeah, you did. Heck yeah. So yeah, what are your goals for this next year? Lilith, my goal for this year. So we do have a couple of things on the vision board for this year. One of them is that we want to go to another haunted attraction in October. So that's number one. We are also wanting to go to Salem and have a vacation in Salem, not during October, but sometime like over like a 4-day weekend or something. So I want to manifest some travel. Definitely want to manifest some travel. What I really liked about my job this year was the fact that I got to help people with a really important part of their lives. We got to help people move into their first homes. We got to help people that were moving from out of state to in state. So, the first time in Florida, um, we got to help a lot of people do things that I didn't think about, right? I didn't think about how important that moment of moving in or out of a house was. And so my goal this year, and as weird as this is going to sound, my goal this year is to actually do more of that. Like instead of being able to do 2 transactions a month, help 2 people a month, I'd like to be able to help 4 people a month. So that's what I'm looking for. Those are my goals. I want to help more people. I want to grow in the industry that I'm in. And I don't know if I want to say this one out loud. I am looking also into starting as a life coach. Yeah, it's kind of like I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure about this, but I've gotten a lot of feedback from a variety of sources, and I think it's time for me to look into life coaching as well. So real estate and life coaching. You're like, yeah, yeah. So we're gonna look into that. Lilith, you know how I am about helping people. So being able to help people with this big part of their life, in real estate, that's a cool thing for me. But then also the other part of is what I do with you guys in tarot. We pull tarot and I can feel that the only way I can word it is I can feel the insecurity that you have, the thing that you are afraid of, the thing that makes you nervous. I can feel that, right? And the card validates that energy. It's like, okay, that's exactly what they're feeling. And then the card also kind of gives me the message on what needs to be said to you. And I feel that what we do in tarot is sort of like this weird life coaching kind of thing. You guys come in, I give you a card, and I tell you, like, here's the thing that you're worried about. And here's the way that you're going to fix that. Or here's the way that you're going to heal that. Like, we do that in tarot already. So I was like, why not? Why not go and, have actual sessions with people? So you like that idea, huh, Lilith? Okay. All right. Who else do we got here? Don't be shy. If you are watching this at home and you are got any questions for me, it doesn't have to be tarot related, it doesn't have to be witchy related, it doesn't have to be related to anything. It has to be something I know. But you can ask whatever you want. I do not have my cards out tonight. If you'd like for me to pull you a card, yeah, I'll pull a card. I don't care. No big deal. But so, Veronique, you've gotten a promotion this year. Awesome. What is your goal this year? And Lilith, what are your goals this year? How is the young man doing? The young man. Who are you talking about? My boy? My kiddo? By the way, for viewers at home, I have 5 adult children. So, like, I'm not sure. Yeah, I have 5 adult children. Uh, I have I have a 25-year-old, a 24-year-old, twins that are 23. Did they turn 23 yet? Oh my goodness. My twins are 22 or 23. See, numbers blur. Once they're done in like teens, by the way, that just starts to blur together. Like I'm surprised that my mom can remember that I am 44. Like I cannot. At least she remembers my birthday. My dad didn't. For 18 years, that man called me the day after my birthday. The day after my birthday, he would call. And finally, I was like, why do you always call me the day after my birthday? And he's like, that's not, no, I'm calling you on your birthday. And I was like, no, dude, you're calling me the day after my birthday. And he's like, no, I was there. And I was like, you can go check my birth certificate right now because my birthday was yesterday. Gets off the phone, calls back. Happy belated birthday. Oh, you want your promotion. All right, you're going to manifest your promotion. That is on its way. That's right, Veronica. That's it. 2023, absolutely. You know what? 2023 is going to be whatever you decide to be. Like, honestly, what changed, what really has changed over the year is my mindset. There was a lot of negative mindset still going into 2022. I had a lot of negative, a lot of limiting mindset. And as the year has progressed, my mindset has changed. So no longer do I look at it as, well, I hope that I get that promotion. It is, I'm going to get that promotion. That promotion's already on its way by me doing all these things. I know it's that feeling of enough, right? When we start healing that feeling of enough, that I am enough, then we can manifest bigger things in our lives, you know? So, absolutely, absolutely, Veronique. This is your year. You deserve it. You are enough. It is on its way. That's right. Lilith, your goal is more mental stability about the dream realm. Absolutely. And having a store for my art. You know, I have a I don't want to call it her a witchling because she is, but she isn't. But I have someone I'm mentoring, and she has a very interesting dream realm as well. She does a lot of like what we have labeled gray fighting. So the dream realm lately has been a little chaotic, very chaotic. My dreams have been weird lately. Like, I wake up from them thinking that the thing that I was dreaming about is true. Yeah, it's been very chaotic lately, Lilith. Yeah. And I don't know why. I have no clue why. By the way, I have my phone next to me because I do have people that are going to be messaging me, hopefully, with questions that they want. People on Facebook who don't get on YouTube, they're like, hey, I'm going to message you on Facebook. All right, cool. Message me there. I'm fine with that. We have been hearing what sounds like cannons all day long. Now I know we have fireworks going on outside. I live in an area that is, I don't know how to put this nicely. I really don't. I don't know how to put this nicely. It's just a very, it's a very country area. That's all I can say. I don't know. But there's been gunfire. There's been what sounds like cannons. There's now fireworks going off. So if you guys hear like booming, it's okay. I live in an area that everybody likes their guns. All right. So you're going to hear some stuff. I'm good. Veronica, you don't remember your dreams? My husband's that way. My husband does not remember his dreams. He will even say so far as he doesn't dream. So I think he does. He just doesn't remember them. But he's like, He just doesn't dream. Oh, Lilith, I love it. Hey, Francesca, how are you? How are you doing? So, Veronique, you do dream. You're cognizant that you're dreaming, but you don't remember the dream. Is that right? That's got to be awful. Like you know that something happened, but you can't remember what happened. No, ma'am. That would be awful. That would be awful. No, ma'am. Can't do it. And Lilith, when you said Spanish music, it made me think about the way I grew up. Like, I grew up. So again, listeners, if you're watching this, you don't know, I grew up in a Mexican family, and it's Spanish music. You're right. Like all day long today, that's all I would have been playing is Tejano music in the background. Excited for the new year. That's right. I just want to say that advice you gave me last time really hit. Oh, took it to heart and did some thinking. You're welcome. You're welcome. I was just saying earlier that I am looking into going into being a life coach. I kind of already do that on tarot. But I'm glad that, anything I said was positive. That's good. I keep looking to see. How's everybody's week, by the way? Like, it seemed to kind of fly by. It really kind of flew by. My boss, though, called me yesterday because I've been working a lot. Um, a lot. And my boss called me yesterday and she's like, I promise you to everything. I will lock you out of every single program if you work at all over the next couple of days. I was like, oh, okay. So we're not going to tell her that I made the koozies. We're not telling her that, all right? We're not going to talk about that I was working and I made koozies, okay? We're not. No. She watches my YouTube. She knows. Oh my goodness. I tend to think the dream realm is ultimate reality for your spirit body. Dead on. Dead on, Lilith. Since when are you doing tarot? Okay, I don't understand the question, Veronique. Like, are you asking if I'm going to do tarot tonight or like when I do tarot next? Fine. If you want me to pull you a card, I'll pull a card tonight. I don't care. But I have typically it's just Tuesdays. Tuesdays at 7 is when I do tarot. Or are you asking how long I've been doing tarot? Because that's another answer entirely. I think Veronique's having some issues with autocorrect. No, we haven't done a draw for the new year at all yet. I realized that this morning. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't do that at all. Veronique, I understand. No, I think it's your that's what I thought. It was autocorrect. You want to know how long? So for those that want to know how long I've been reading tarot, I started reading tarot. I started when I was like 27. I want to say I was about 26, 27 years old when I picked up my first deck. See, it was the goddess deck. Yeah, it was that goddess deck that I used, the really nice one. That's the first deck that I ever got, and I picked it up for myself, and knew nothing about tarot, knew nothing about tarot. I had to do a lot of like looking up on the internet and reading the guidebook and all that kind of stuff. And the funny thing is that the actual meaning of the cards have never stuck. Um, they've never stuck. So I always felt like I wasn't good enough to do this for you guys live. I would do all kinds of stuff for my family, but I always have to go to the guidebook because words will bold themselves for me. And I thought that meant that I wasn't a good enough reader, right? Like I am obviously still a newbie and need to not do this live. And part of my 2021 resolution was to do things that scared me. And so I was like, I'm going to just start doing it on YouTube and we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. And I've just been doing that since. And I've come to realize like my part of my gift is the fact that I don't remember the card meaning. Part of my gift is that I have to see the words, and the words are new every time for me. So that way I get your message correct. So, Amanda's here. What's up, Amanda? Thank you, Jared. Francesca, any advice? Any advice for beginners? Just do it. Just do it and trust yourself. Trust the fact that you aren't, because my thing was I was making up stories in my head. I kept thinking, I was like, I'm just making up stuff in my head. There's no way. Like, I just have a really good imagination. And then as I started doing this live for people, and like I would say stuff like, oh, I feel something fuzzy, I feel something blue, and people will come back and like, I've got a fuzzy blue blanket. Like, holy crap, I actually do have this gift. That's what happened. So advice is just start. Just start. If you have to look it up every single time, don't question it. Just start and trust yourself. That's it. Ice can does hurt. Ice can. What's it? What? Yes, Jared, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. No problem, Francesca. And whatever rules people give you, toss those rules out. Because I was told also like you can't buy your own first deck. You have to be gifted your deck. I bought my first deck, right? The only thing that I take to heart with my tarot is that each deck requires something out of me. In order to create a bond, each deck requires something out of me. My first deck required a sacrifice. And that sounds horrible, but it's not it's not that bad. I just had to take the favorite shirt of mine and actually make a tarot bag for that tarot deck, right? So each deck requires something different. Get to know your deck. And then once you get to know your deck and you form that bond, then you can start reading with it. But all right. What, Amanda, is this ice can does hurt car? Because I feel like we might need to call an ambulance for you. Um, yep, we hit ice the other. What? What? Wait, what? I am so lost with Amanda right now. Amanda, first, please tell me you're obviously okay, right? You all okay, right? Nobody's hurt. Ashu's not hurt, right? Everybody's good. This is my worst fear. Oh my gosh, Amanda, you're making my hands sweat, all right? Snow scares me. Ice scares me. Thinking of driving in either of that. Oh, scary. Okay, can't handle it. We're okay. All right, good. Not sure about the car. Oh, you live with her and you're lost too. I'm glad I'm not the only one, because like I wasn't sure. We might need to call the doctor for her. All right. I must find humor in the mess. Amanda, you have got something that keeps wanting your attention. You've got something that keeps wanting your attention. It's crazy. Veronique, Montreal. So I had a friend in Canada and he would send me photos of the winter. No. No thank you. You can no thank you. You guys up there in the snow can have it. I will take the heat here in Florida. I'm pretty sure too, Amanda. I am pretty sure too. I think you guys need like a return to sender. I ain't even playing. I'm not even playing. Like it might be a good idea for you to do. It was 6 degrees. Wait, it's 6 degrees and that's a good day? Veronique, you're making me cold just talking about this. What? What? How are you outside? How can you go outside? I don't understand. You all just stay indoors? Is there do you drive anywhere? Do you guys have to No. I can't imagine. Like I work from home, okay? So it's possible. You work from home. You don't have to get out, right? But you still got to go to the grocery store. You still have to go to the doctor's. That's too cold, Veronique. That's too cold. No. That's too much. Everybody, I know everybody's used to where they live though, right? So you've lived there all your life, so you're used to it. I can't imagine it because I haven't lived there, right? But there are people that come from up north down here during the summertime and they think it's a normal summer. They think 80 degrees. And they get here and it's 105, right? And we're moving around town like it's no big deal. We'll complain it's hot, but okay, all right. So it just depends on where you live and what you're used to, right? Winter tires. I don't even know what those are. I don't even know what they look like. I lived in the south of the US all my life, except for 6 months when I was 8 years old and we moved to Detroit, Michigan. And I will tell you, I knew at 8 years old I hated the snow. I kept a concussion, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. The whole time I was there cuz I fell down so many times because of snow. So many times. There was no walking on snow for me. I would fall every time. I think it's Loki. He's trying to play pranks. I don't know, Jared. I don't know. Because it sounds more like not pranks. It sounds more like um like just being vindictive about something. She needs a return to sender. She needs a return to sender. I don't think it's Loki. I don't think it's Loki. Loki's pranks, yes, are a pain. Are a pain, right? But I don't think it's Loki. Yeah, Amanda. I think you need to do a return to sender. Do you know how to do the egg cleanse, right? You know how to do that. I don't know if that's part of your path or not. Um, it's very pretty, the white snow. Oh my gosh. I can't. I can't. I knew that, like, I remember being 8 years old and I remember seeing the snow, but even then, it was cold and it was wet. That was the big thing. I didn't think snow, because I was 8, all right? I didn't think snow would be as wet as it was. And I remember like playing in it. And I was just like, now I'm cold and I'm wet. I just wanted to nothing to do with it up to that. Uh, Amanda hasn't been paying him attention. It still feels off. I don't know. Yeah, Loki's cool, but he will break stuff. That's why I'm saying, like, I know that his pranks and his temper tantrums can be much, right? I know they can, right? It's like working with the Fae, right? There's things it's great, but they're gonna break stuff. Um but this doesn't feel on brand for him. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't have that feeling. No, -30 Celsius. Ah, what is that in Fahrenheit? So I understand. Cuz America had to mess everything up. Celsius to Fahrenheit. All right, Celsius to Fahrenheit. I want -33. That's -27. No. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You can keep the cold. No, ma'am. Oh, I would freeze. I would freeze. I make the joke. I am a thick girl, right? I'm a thick woman. It's fine. I don't mind being a little overweight. My doctors mind, and that gives me a little bit of but I don't mind. I think I look fine. Um Cold on the other hand and fat do not mix. All right? Cold and fat do not mix. We have springs here in Florida that are like 60 degrees all year round. I jumped into one of those bad boys one time and thought I was going to sink because when you have grease, it's hot grease, and then you let it sit on the counter and you let it solidify. That's what happens to fat in the cold. All right? It just and you're just going to drink. I'm just going to drown right there in the spring just so notice no, because I would become like a snow little paperweight. Like there'd be no movement. All the fat in me would freeze and I couldn't move. I just How many of you are laughing right now because it's so silly? And this is just sparkling water. I am normally this goofy. All right. I am not drinking. I don't drink. I have to take too much medication. Oh no. All right. Here's some stories. Lilith, if you're still here, you know the story. So, um my my old job, I was a teacher, right? Before I got my teaching certification, I was a substitute teacher and I was a substitute teacher for one particular school. So all the kids kind of knew me, right? Beginning of the school year, I get put into a science class with freshmen. Freshmen always kind of tried the sub, so it was a different way of dealing with them. I dealt with the kids with humor quite a bit. I would anytime they would try to throw something at me to kind of unnerve me, I'd make it into a joke. So this kid, he sitting in the room and he's like, "Hey miss, you got a sandwich?" It was because I weighed almost 300 pounds at the time. So he was trying to make fun of my weight. He's like, "Hey miss, you got a sandwich?" And I looked down, I was like, because I'm fat, you think that I got food on me all the time? Like, really? Really? And this girl in the front, she's like, "Miss, I don't like for you to talk about yourself like that. That makes me think, that makes me sad, like you don't like yourself." And I said, "Oh, no, 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 honey. Nothing about the statement I made just a minute ago said that I don't like myself, all right? Because I make this look good. I stay fat for safety. And she looks at me and I was like, no, no, no. I stay fat for safety. Truly. You don't see a big chick getting kidnapped on the news at all. At all. I will have to have a bag of double stuffed Oreos and an extra large pizza before you get me into that van, right? Because if you don't have those items in the van, I'm going to play dead and you have to roll my big behind in. There's a scene being made. I'm no use. And all the kids are laughing, right? The kids are dying. And she's just like, y'all, that joke came from another comedian long time ago. I don't know. But I told that joke to these kids. Every kid was laughing. I diffuse everything with humor. Everything was humor. What do you mean I'm not there yet, Amanda? I am here. I'm silly. I also took a fart machine from a kid when I was a sub. They had a fart machine. And so I took the fart machine and I put it in my back pocket because they kept putting it off in class. So I put it in my back pocket and I decided to pull the prank. And so I walked over to this, like, the back of the room. They were all watching the TV, the morning TV show, right? So they're all watching the TV show, and I walked to the back of the back of the room where there's another group of kids, and I set off the machine, and they just kind of looked at me, and I was like, "Oh, my bad, excuse me." And so then we get quiet, and they kind of turn back around. I set the machine off again, and they look at me. I couldn't help it. I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard. So yes, I was one of those teachers. I was the one that was going to make you laugh because I didn't have any shame. You were going to remember. And then what happened with that? The reason why I used humor was because then they kind of put down their defenses. They weren't trying to one up me all the time. And when I talked to them, they took me seriously. I know that sounds weird. That sounds like a really weird way of getting kids' attention, but it worked. It worked. What is that? What is the Amazon mark? I don't know what that is. What is that? I want to celebrate. It makes me sound like I need to celebrate, but I don't know if it is or not. So tell me, because I don't want to be like, "Yay, you've gotten written up," and that's not the appropriate way of reacting to this, okay? What's going on? I'm looking for the messages. What's the messages? I don't know what that is. All right. There was a question about Lord Voldemort and some other character. I don't know the character, so, and I think it's a misspell, so I'm not gonna. Okay, what is it? All right. A bruise on your arm. See, no, that's not a good thing. See, I would have been like, "Yay, she got an award!" Wow! Like, and I would have celebrated this. And the actuality is that you've now gotten bruised from getting injured. See, look, no. You know, Amanda, wait a minute. You're over the age of 30, correct, Amanda? We're not going to talk about how much older, because I know you're not that much older than 30, right? So, 30. After the age of 30, for whatever reason, we can walk into a room, touch nothing in that room, and then walk back out and all of a sudden have 2 bruises. Why? Why? Lydia! What's up, Lydia? How are you? You know, Amanda, when we were building haunts, we would call it first blood. Whoever had first blood in a haunt, because no matter what you're doing as you're building a haunt, you're going to end up getting hurt. You can be as careful as you could try to be, but somebody's going to get hurt. It's just the nature of building stuff. So tell the fam I said hello. And any questions they have for me, they can ask now, because this is what we're doing tonight. I'm answering questions and being goofy and telling stories because it's, New Year's Eve. And guys, tell me what you're really super proud of yourself for. The earlier we got Veronica and Lilith. They told us what they were proud of. So Amanda and Lydia, I cannot talk. Amanda and Lydia, what are you guys proud of? And Francesca, if you're still on here, what are you proud of? Jared, what'd you do? What'd you do over the year that you're really proud of? I know, Amanda, my daughter has told me a couple of things about her where she works, and I'm just like, please, please, just be careful. You're still standing, getting stronger. That's right. That's right. I have a daughter that she has pretty bad anxiety like I do. And so there's times where we have to talk each other down, right? It's like, all right, today sucks. Today's bad, right? So our thing that we tell each other is that good job. You have successfully managed to get over these days 100% of the time. 100% of the time. Sorry, I forgot that one had a scent and it started messing with my throat. 100% of the time, you have gotten through a bad day. That's pretty awesome statistics. So just like you, it's been bad, but you're still standing. Ronnie goes like, okay, I was looking hard. I took French in high school. That was a long time ago. So it looked like French, but I wasn't sure. I was like, all right, I will figure this out. I was pulling anything I could remember from high school French. Oh, hold on. I gotta rearrange my seat over here. So here's something cool. Speaking of French, something that I learned over the year. I was doing genealogy work, and I found out that my father's side of the family, if you go the maternal line, through the maternal line, we go into France. So oddly, I was always told that we were, um, you know, at like every Southern family, we've been told we were indigenous, right? I haven't found proof of that yet. I got told that I was Irish. I got told that I was Russian. And I got told that, what was the other one? There was one other. I was never told I was French. When I was a kid, though, I was obsessed with things that came from France. Like I wanted to learn French. That's why I took it in high school. I had all these like magazines of French design, like, architecture, all that kind of stuff. And never understood. I grew up in a Mexican family, so there was nothing that would have pointed me in the area of being French at all. And over the year, me doing my own genealogy work, I found out that sure enough, we come from France. I was like, that's kind of cool. I was gonna say you got some fancy keyboard work there, Veronique. I cannot do any of that. I know, Amanda, it was really cool. And then somebody on TikTok mentioned Seguana, which she was a goddess, like a Gaulish goddess. And so I started looking her up, and it was very, very, very funny because Sequana would have been worshipped in the area in which my family would have came from. So there was just a lot of like really weird coincidences around all of that. I thought that was cool. Born in Montreal, Quebec. That I've always wanted to go back to Canada. I've been to Canada once, and it was the Niagara Falls side of Canada. That's where I went. We went up through, I want to say we went up through Michigan because I was like 10 years old though. But I remember Canada being just beautiful. Just, I don't know. I can't explain it. I just remember the countryside and just always looking at the countryside. It was beautiful. So yeah, I dig Canada. I have a friend that was in Canada. He actually is the one that, I don't think I can pull this sleeve all the way up. If you've ever seen the other videos, and you'll see that I have like this weird dream catcher triple moon tattoo right through here. My friend in Canada actually drew that. You know what, Lilith? Maybe you need to do your genealogy work. It's not as hard as people think it is. I mean, it's difficult, but it's not that difficult. If you know your mom and dad's birthday and you know their mom and dad's name, all you need to do is keep looking up birth records. You can keep looking birth records, and like genealogy.com, on ancestry.com has like a free lookup. You don't have to pay for those things. They're going to give you extra abilities to kind of find out more information, but as far as just being able to do the basic family tree, you don't. You just need to be able to know, okay, that's the birthday. The hard part is that the further you go back, names are weird. Names are really weird because of documentation wasn't as stringent. You will get where you might have like Sarah Jane Smith, and then you've got Sarah Smith, and then you've got Sarah Jane, and those are all the same person. You've just got to be able to kind of know, okay, that they've got the same birthday. All right, they're related to the same people, so it must be the same person. So it's a little bit of a detective work, but it's not that hard. If you go to genealogy, I think it's genealogy.com, ancestry.com, there's also a way that you can just like put in the person's name and birthday, and you'll see other things pull up on that Google search engine sheet. I don't know what you call that. But when you pull up Google and it gives you all the search listings, it'll be able to, in some of those little descriptions, it'll give you enough information that you might be able to go and find the next person. So I'm not sure what mine all is. We're all a little mixed. Don't know my real dad's birthday. Okay. Yeah. See, it's a name thing. Like it's very interesting. Some of the names are misspelled. Like, for instance, my maiden name, it is misspelled. And then on my mom's side, another issue with the name. So my maiden name, if you add a U to it, it makes the same sound. It's the same exact name. It's just got a U at the end. And apparently the factions of the family, one side knew how to spell the name and one side did not. I come from the side that didn't know how to spell their own name. So the doctors did the best they could. We end up with 3 letters. So I have a side of my family that has a U to their name. And then, of course, my side of the family, we do not. And then on my mom's side of the family, we are related to politicians, but they spell the name, they say the name differently. It's the same name, but they say it differently. So well, you have a wonderful New Year's Day. I hope you guys have fun and please stay safe. Please stay safe and think about doing a return to sender spell because whatever has got you right now is no good. No good. All right? Yeah, I'm probably not going to last to midnight cuz I am an old person too. You too, Veronique. You as well. Like I said, I'm like 10 minutes from closing up shop here because it is tiring. I will pull a card though, and you guys though that are leaving, you can see it. Pull it up later. Oh, by the way, go look at um last Tuesday's Tarot Tuesday, and I think it was like in like 50 minutes in, 52 minutes in, something like that. Um, I believe it was in this corner. I even say it. I say I see something, right? I was reviewing the footage and there is like this little tiny orb that comes from this side, comes up into here, and then it goes back over here and then comes back. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Even in the video, I'm like, I'm looking in the lens trying to find something. Go back to that Tarot Tuesday and watch it. I don't know what that is. Don't know what it is. I'm just going to throw this around. Yeah, Lilith, you would find this cool. You'd find that cool. All right. Our guiding card. I am going to use the Sickle and the Seed Oracle because it's a kind of a year in the review oracle, and I like that. So let's find out. We're going to ask 2 things. We're going to ask what do we concentrate on and what do we need to watch for. What do we concentrate on? And what do we watch for? All right. So we have the Willow and we have it in shadow. So that means we need to go to our Dusk book. And we are going to read the Willow in Dusk. The Willow in Dusk. The Ainu people of Japan believe that the human backbone was originally formed from the bending length of a willow branch. There is something human about the stooping form of a willow tree, like a person in mourning. Yet no matter how hard the winds blow, it simply bends and does not let itself be broken. Even when the rivers wears away its bank, the willow's roots remain deep and steady. With the willow, we learn to grow through adversity. Hold on until the storm has passed. So we need to remember this year that no matter what storm comes, we have the ability to weather those storms. No matter what storm comes to us, this year we need to realize we are larger than that storm. The resources we need to weather those storms are deep, right? There's no way that it's going to remove us. We stand our ground and the storm moves around us. I like that. What do we need to concentrate on? Well, we got the clover, and that one is not in dusk, it is in dawn. So, what is the clover? What do we need to look for? What are we looking for this year? The appearance of clover in late spring is a sudden and enthusiastic filling of a field in what can seem like a blink of an eye. A core food source for herbivores and pollinators alike, it's a plant of provision and giving, creativity and abundance, and all around you, endlessly and filled with the occasional luck break of the four-leaf variety. It's easy to get carried away with this exciting bounty of energy, but don't rush into it. Use your judgment to know where to stop. So, what do we need to look for? We need to make sure that we are paying attention to our abundance, but still not going overboard. Those are good cards. Those are good cards. I like it. I'm excited for this coming year too. There are so many things that have been planned and that they're on their way, and that all of us are manifesting. Like Ronique, you're in manifesting that promotion. It is coming to you, right? All right, my lovelies. Thanks for hanging out with me on New Year's Eve. It was a lot of fun. Um, I have spoken to somebody about the future of podcasts. So we will be getting that also underway at the beginning of the year. I'm excited for this. So I will talk to you all next Tuesday for Tarot Tuesday. Until then, my lovelies, be happy, be safe, and remember that I love you.